strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Welcome back, everybody, to day 3 of 30 NFT games in 30 days. We are kind of going around the industry here, looking at different types of games. Today we have the Fabled, which is an action RPG game that's going to be very different than the first two that we've seen so far. Because again, you're going to kind of see, if you're into gaming, you're going to find something that you like over this next 27 days here. This whole series is powered by Zen Sports. They have just been killing it with their esports contests lately. My main game is Splinterlands, and they've given away tens of thousands of dollars in prizes just this month through with Splinterlands, their next big event. I'll actually be commentating is on Halloween with their Spooky Spirit Cup. They're gonna have some more big prizes, costume contests, all sorts of fun. So make sure you come check that out. Visit them at the links below. Let's get on here to the Fable and look at why this is a little bit different, because you guys are going to see that this is you're going to see very quickly why I am enticed by this game, why I want this game here now, but it might be a little ways off, and some of the concerns are going to be pretty straightforward down. We'll talk about that towards the end here, but let's just show right now. Let's make it very quick why I like this game. I saw this video right here and I was hooked. This short clip, let's take a look at it. Dragons! You get to mount dragons! And just look at this. This is a fairly beautiful game right here. I mean, we don't see many games like this on the blockchain, really. So when I saw this, I'm like, I want to ride that dragon. Take my money now. It looked gorgeous. And let's actually just stop for a second and take a look at their full trailer. This is just alpha, so it's not necessarily a finalized trailer or anything, but they were nice enough to send me what they've got right now. Let's take a look. So you're gonna see this looks more like almost like a traditional AAA game that you see. I see this and I was thinking Skyrim. Skyrim was one of my favorite games. The whole Elder Scrolls series that I kind of grew up with. I absolutely love those games, and I see this and it reminds me of that. I talked to the devs a little bit, and they kind of said it's like a cross between Skyrim and Dark Souls. Dark Souls was the game that just kicked my butt. That game was tough. I definitely didn't make it. I didn't make it through that game. I am not that skilled. That was a rough game. But I want to see this type of game. This is the direction that blockchain gaming needs to go, and that right now we've got a lot of crappy games out there. I mean, let's be honest, guys. The bar for blockchain gaming is pretty low. Right now, blockchain gaming is more of a fun way to make money, right? We like that there's a chance to make money with it involved, or at least not throw our money away. We've got a chance to get some things back, and that's great. Like Pagaxi was one of the last games I covered. That is a game that I am super thrilled about. I got on the whitelist, guys. I've got a chance. Not everybody on the whitelist gets one, but I've got a chance to buy here in a few hours. I'm excited about that. But I'm excited about that game. But I'm excited about that game because it's a fun way to potentially make some money. I would not look twice at that game if it wasn't blockchain related. Again, I'm not trying to be critical of it or anything because I'm obviously interested in it. But if it was just a regular game, I'm passing that one up pretty quickly. This right here looks like a game that I would be interested even if it wasn't on the blockchain. And we're eventually going to get to that. This industry is going to grow, and we're going to get to the point where mainstream games, your biggest games in the industry, are blockchain, and blockchain's in addition to what's already core games. But we're not anywhere near that yet. This looks like taking a step there. Like, let's look at one more footage, one more piece of footage here. This is going to be a boss fight, and this is. I want you guys to look at this and think, okay, even if this wasn't on blockchain, is this something that I would actually be interested in playing? Let's take a look at a full boss fight here. That looks amazing to me. There is nothing else on blockchain that really looks like it can compete with that. You don't see that type of battle, that type of gameplay anywhere else, and that is why I am super excited about the potential of this game. So what's the catch here? Why is this not all over the place? And it's because this has just recently come out. Now, this is a smaller team. I think they've actually been working on this game for a couple of years, and there's not. So let's go to the website here. There, like if you guys watched that and saw it was from a major studio with major funding, if at the end that said Bethesda first NFT game pre-sale now, you guys are signing up for that before this video is even done. I mean, if it had that sort of major backing, people would be all over this. But it's just a small team, and a project on this scale from a small team is something that can inherently be risky. I'm not trying to bash the team whatsoever. I'm very interested in following how they do, but it's just something that I have to acknowledge, that a small team designing a huge scale game like this can. It's something that where there is risk from. So I'm very excited to watch them grow, and I hope they can get this. It's still very early, but I hope they can get this project out and turn it into something big on the blockchain, because there is a ton of potential here. You guys can absolutely see it's an open world RPG that allows players to explore and experience the world of Fabled. They can, and you're going to be able to trade and collect weapons, craft items. You're going to be able to have your own house. They're going to have their own tokens out, and there's just like, this looks super exciting. And again, the question just comes down to, can a smaller team put together this scale of a project? And I really hope they can. We've got homesteads where you're going to have play where you can store and display their items. Eventually down the road, you're going to be able to go into other players' homesteads and work together in co-op. And it's gonna be really cool. So we've got farms, crafting areas where you can craft things, portal areas. But you've got the go through the abyss to go through a series of levels. I'm not gonna go through all of that. You guys can go check them out if you want. I recommend their Discord, by the way. Their Discord is going to be down below. Join their Discord and you can see more clips. They've got some other small clips of boss fights and some other things going on. But here's the roadmap, and here's where you're going to kind of see where there's a lot to be done still. This second part might be a huge one. The team will hire additional developers to continue to work on the 3D game. This will include additional 3D modelers and programmers to facilitate the growth and speed. It's something that's probably going to take a larger team, and I really hope they can get the funding together to do this. I don't understand game development well enough to know what it takes. I don't. But I do know that what I'm seeing in my mind is a fairly massive project, but it's something they've been working on for a few years, so it's not like it's brand new. They have plans to go on the blockchain, but they're still I know they're still testing to see which sidechain they want to run on. There's still a lot to figure out. They talk about play to earn mechanics over here, but they don't really have everything all lined out. So there's a lot of information, and the reality is that getting large investors in these NFT games revolves around the token and the coin, and that's what the investors care about. They don't care about making a quality game necessarily. They care about the coin going up. So right now, without having all the tokenomics necessarily set in place, is it going to be harder to attract investors? Because how are you going to introduce this type of token into more of this PvE style game? And how are they going to do all of that? And there's some basics. You're going to earn reward tokens. It says based on their skill in defeating foes. That looked like a tough boss battle, absolutely. So I'm excited to see how they do this, how they incorporate things. But there's a lot that still has to be worked on, and they are very co-op. I like the idea of having co-op in here. They're going to have a governance token, and we'll see how that goes. There's no necessarily timelines on a lot of these things. I know I'm clicking through them fairly quick, but there's going to be a lot going on. So they're initially going to have 800 available mints to buy, and so it's going to be fairly scarce to start out with. And I plan to get in on this. Maybe I'm being blinded by the fact that the game just looks so beautiful. As let's let this dragon go around, because I just love my dragon. I love him. It looks so great. It's like exactly what I want in blockchain. This is what I want to see. Some of these adventure RPG games, these fantasy style RPG games that look like real games. It's kind of, we're at the point in blockchain where that it's saying it looks like a real game is like the biggest compliment you can give something. It looks like a real game, because there's just not many that are there yet, and this looks like it. And I just really hope that we can get some excitement around this game and get it to gain some steam and get some funding. I say funding, I don't necessarily know what their funding is like or anything like that. I just know, interacting with them on Discord, that they're kind of just getting introduced to the public and starting to grow a little bit. So they're at early stages there. But I really hope this game can take off, because I want to play it. I see this right here, and I hope I can be one of the testers. Because even if I'm just testing it, I want to go play this game, because it looks like so much fun. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Again, this is only day 3. We've got 27 more games to cover, and there's going to be so many different things. The next few games coming are even different genres. There's going to be, like I said, large-scale games, small-scale games, every genre you can think of. There is so much more coming, so I hope you guys subscribe. And my Splinterlands content is still going to be there, guys. This is on top of my Splinterlands content. We are going crazy for the next month. Man, I'm going to need a vacation after this. Yes, I just got back from a 10-day vacation. I don't care. I'm going to need a vacation after this. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you tomorrow.